Hey, I'm Lobbert, here again with another Pauper Brew. The deck list is always in the video description. Links to the timestamps are also in the video description if you want to skip to a certain match. Please like my video, I really appreciate it, and subscribe for more Pauper content. Now let's get into the deck tech. The deck I'm covering today is my Boros Women deck. My girlfriend asked me to brew a deck that only had art featuring women, and I decided to take on the challenge, and it's a super fun deck. I think the only cards that don't have women on them are the Mana Base and Relic of Progenitus, but I couldn't pass up the Relic of Progenitus, forgive me. Our creatures start off with Hopeful Eidolon, clearly a woman. The lifelink is great, and it doubles as an enchantment for our ethereal armor. Next up we have Thraben Inspector. I had Firebrand Archer in this slot. I was hoping to be able to cast more spells over and over, but it turns out I just need more card advantage. This turned out to be more of a grindy deck. We have 4 Auramancer. I skipped the 2 slot completely. It doesn't really seem to matter, and getting stuff back from the graveyard is great with this, and it's of course a loop with our Angelic Renewal. We have Heliod's Pilgrim, which can't get things like Angelic Renewal because they're not auras, but it's still a great card. I've thought about going up on this card since it doesn't need the graveyard to be good, but currently I'm at 2. And then to round out our curve, we have Custody Squire. This deck is kind of overpowered right now on Magic Online, because if you have 2 of a card with the same name, your opponent can't actually tell which one you voted for, which is super cool. The flying is great. I wish I could play more, but the 5 mana cost is a little bit too high. We have 4 ethereal armor. It makes your creatures huge. The first strike is great. Has a woman on it. What else do you need? I'm playing 4 Hyena Umbra, hopefully to keep my creatures alive. Most of this deck is just keep your creatures alive as much as you can. I don't have very many protection spells, but I just went for more enchantments. We have 4 Seal of Fire as a repeatable way to remove something if you use Auramancer to get it back. And we have Chomino's Blessing. It's our only protection spell. The double white can be tough, and it of course has flash. I love this card. I'm playing an extra copy in the sideboard. And then we have Squeeze Embrace, which is also a loop with Auramancer, and the pluses are nice. We also have Lightning Bolt, which has a tiny little woman casting Lightning Bolt down there, which is great. I don't think I have to justify putting Lightning Bolt in my deck. And then for the mana base, I'm at 3 Ash Barrens, 3 Boros Garrison. I put the Boros Garrison in there because it does help us get to Custody Squire, and if I'm bringing stuff back with Auramancer, I can need a lot of mana. And then I just have 3 mountains, 7 plains, because the mountains I don't need so much, but the plains are super necessary. And then I just have Windscarred Crag, just to... We're very color heavy, so it definitely helps. We have 3 Electrickery. It helps with, it's weirdly enough, it's mostly just for elves. It's not for like the Delver matchup or anything. I haven't been bringing it in against them. I end up with too many kill spells that way, and it doesn't hit the Delver or the Ninja, and those are the big threats. So this is mostly for elves and token decks. I have 4 Pyroblasts. This card is great. And I'm not sure if in this art there's a woman, but I know that the art I'm playing definitely does have one. I'm playing 2 Relic. There's not a woman on this card, but Relic is just so good, and at least it doesn't have a man on it. There's another Chomino's Blessing, just in case I need to protect my creatures just a little bit more, and it's great against enemy flag bearers, because I can give them protection from white, and I can just ignore them. Well, they become really good at blocking my creatures, but at least I can cast my spells on my own creatures again. I have a Circle of Protection red, just as hate against burn. And then I have 2 Seal of Cleansing. There's no art of this card with a woman on it, but it's really good with your Auramancer, and I didn't think that playing like Fragmentize or anything justified not running Seal of Cleansing. And then we have 2 Flag Bearers to round it out. Overall, the deck is trying to do like a... It's trying to keep your creatures alive, which often it doesn't succeed at, and it does have interactions. So I want to say this is more of a mid-range deck, but it can do some pretty crazy stuff with the Ethereal Armor. So let's get into some games. Here we go, round 1. We can go and get our red, and we do have a 1-drop, so I think this is very keepable. Snow-covered forest. Alright, so that's bad news. We're going to have to try to race these guys. It looks like hexproof. Second forest real quick. Abundant growth. I'm hoping there's not an ethereal armor or anything here. I can probably race it. Okay, Rancor. I can race that. They don't even attack. Good news for us. So I'm going to play another plane so that I can play my ethereal armor and my Hyena Umbra. Next turn, I'm probably going to be playing that Squeeze Embrace to give a nice +3/+3 with this ethereal armor, giving an extra plus. Ash Barrens is so great. So I'm just going to yield through this turn. And if we get close, we can just burn them out, hopefully. These are probably cards that I'm going to be cutting. I do feel like our sideboard is pretty well geared to fight this deck, since it has Standard Bearer and Seal of Cleansing. There's some chump blockers. It's gonna put a little... It's gonna slow us down a little bit. I'm gonna keep putting everything on one guy still. Next turn, the Seal of Fire at least gives my creature another plus while it's sitting out there. So it can do 3 damage in that way. I'm going to probably see a chump block. Yep. It looks like he's short on enchantments, which is good news for us. We have a healthy life total. Healthy. So even in an Ancestral Mask... Snake Umbra, that's spicy. So he's going to be drawing some cards. We're a ways off of this Custody Squire, unfortunately. Another Ethereal Armor. I'll just jam that. Make this attack lethal if he doesn't block. Accidentally tapped that red. It's kind of telegraphing to my opponent that I have a burn spell, but okay. Just going to eat his guy, and his clock is really wearing down quick. He's going to have to assemble some kind of... something. Like lifelink or an Ancestral Mask, something to race me, or else this is kind of just over. He can block, and the Snake Umbra will save him. An attack here probably means he has another guy. Yeah, he attacks. Ancestral Mask would really be bad news. Ledgewalker. I do think I'm boarding in Electrickery to just kind of get him. Do draw another plains. That's not the worst draw, since with another untapped land we can play our Custody Squire. There's nothing to get back at this point, but we'll be able to sack our Seal of Fire. Probably see a jump block. Yep. I think at the end of his turn, I'm probably going to fire off this lightning bolt. Alright, that means that has another chump blocker. A Chomino's Blessing would just win us the game. Okay. He does have some lifelink going now. Bad news for us. Draws another card. Probably can't play it unless it's a land. So I guess no reason to sack that off quite yet. So I'm gonna go for this 3-bin Inspector. Now this is kind of tricky because I don't know exactly what colors of mana we'll need. I'm going to bet on white. I don't think I'm going to need the bolt. So let's just take care of that. This is probably the only creature we're going to be attacking with. I don't think it's worth pumping up our Inspector. Do a good old chunk of damage there. Since he has Trample, though, 3-bin Inspector is not going to do any blocking for us. Is this an Ancestral Mask? That would be super bad, because that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22? Okay, so it's not. Okay, he's got to have another creature. Hopefully it's just another, like, cartouche or something. Oh, no, he's just betting on the fact that he's gaining so much life. Yeah, and the Armadillo Cloak does stack. All right. Maybe I should have gone for... Maybe I should have gone for the block so that I could get my 3-bin Inspector back. Oh well. Yeah, I might be losing this race, actually. I can block. Yeah, since I'm losing this race, I'm gonna stop attacking since he has 2 Armadillo Cloaks. So I'm gonna just cool my jets. Here we go. Custody Squire, get back this Seal of Fire. I was feeling really good about this until he got that second Armadillo Cloak. Now it's just kind of a matter of time until he gets an Ethereal Armor or the other one. But I can block, and then hopefully I can get something on this Custody Squire that lets me start hitting in again. I can at least start hitting in with the Custody Squire. Oh, there's an Ancestral. I'm gonna block what I can. I could just take this. Let's just take it. Dang. That hurts. Just gonna look up a card real quick. Yeah, if we hit Chomano's Blessing, we can have all of the green enchantments fall off of his creature. No, we can't. We can't target his creature. What am I saying? Jeez. Okay, we lose. So let's go for this Chomano's Blessing, Standard Bearer, Seal of Cleansing. I think Electrickery will be useful. I'm going to take out all the Seal of Fire and Lightning Bolt, so we still need to take out one card. Probably not going to have much in the way of cards in my graveyard. At least auras, unless I have like an Angelic Renewal that goes to the graveyard. I think that's fine. Run it back like this. Okay, just a red land, just a mountain means I have to mull. This is bad. It's not even that great if I do draw like a red or a white. Risky keep. Risky keep. Let's maul. This is even worse. I don't want to go to 4 cards really bad. Custody Square doesn't do anything, so this hand essentially doesn't do anything. Maybe... Okay, let's just do this. Maybe we can get down a Standard Bearer turn 2. I'm not really excited about the Hyena Umbra. I'd rather have like even a basic land so that turn 2 I can jam the Standard Bearer. Okay. We're going to finish this game in record time, though. Both of us are playing really quickly. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So now he has to have his Cartouche of Strength to deal with my guy, and hopefully we can get it out of range. So there's a Ledge Walker. So we're going to play our tap land, of course. And I can get in there for 2 this way. Cartouche of Strength. I guess I should probably not auto-yield, just to bluff a protection spell or something. Okay, this means he can't play it this turn. Okay. His Ethereal Armors and... These always help with their Ethereal Armors and stuff, and it's not fair. It's totally fair. We could be playing green. This is actually a woman. I looked into green. Didn't seem as fun. So I'm gonna go get probably a white so that we can... Oh, that was probably a mistake. I probably should have played that just as a land so that I could go and tutor for something like another Ethereal Armor. So what am I getting? Just another ethereal armor? I really need to get it out of the range of that cartouche. Yeah, I hope that wasn't a punt. Let's go for the ethereal armor. That totally could have been a punt, though. Going and tutoring with that Ash Barrens. We'll see. We didn't need the extra white at all. Good. Yeah, you can't enchant your guy. What you gonna do now? Okay. An electrickery or something would just be the beats. Okay. So I'm going to keep that in my hand probably. I'm going to get in with all my creatures. I'm not threatened by his Boggle. Get the Boggle. Do one. Just going to keep pecking us for one. That means that I can attack with my Pilgrim again. So I want to see what I draw. I'm going to use my planes. Seal of Cleansing. That's very good. Can't cut him off of any colors or anything with it. So I'm probably just going to get it on the table this turn and then stare at him. Oh, a little early. It's kind of funny that I click for everything, and I know that's a fault. Except for undoing, because I'm so used to just Control Z. But it's just second nature. Oh, I probably should have played that pre-combat. He blocked anyway. Okay, we're going to be able to get in for a bunch this turn, unless he fogs. Which he totally could. Tangle. There it is. Okay. I don't see how he gets out of this, which is kind of scary because that means I don't know what I'm playing around. I think he needs his own standard bearer. Slippery Boggle. Okay. Hyena Umbra. I'm not sure what he's gonna have up next turn, so I'm just gonna hold on to this. I'm not concerned at all about him. I don't know. I'm not concerned that we'll draw something that we're gonna need the 1 mana and that'll make the difference. I'd rather have the information when I play it. There's a ledge walker. And he's just going to keep chump blocking us until he gets something that works. Sure. So it can't be a tangle or anything this turn. So right now he can stack block either of these guys, but I think I'm going to go for... Let's put it on this inspector. That way I can get in with it. I don't care if he stack blocks here, because then that means I'm getting in more damage for this race we're having. Okay, so get in for 3. We have plenty of mana. Even if we like chain 3-bin inspectors, we're still going to be fine. Gnarlid. Okay, that's a card. I can do some kind of weird stuff where I can sack my Seal of Cleansing to blow up his Abundant Growth and mess up his math on his Gnarlid. But he can block my guy and I can't block his. So if I enchant Thraben Inspector with Squeeze Embrace, I'll probably get in with this guy. Probably get in with the Standard Bearer. And all I will lose is a Hyena Umbra on my Thraben Inspector. I think that's the play. That also gets rid of an enchantment for Gnarlid. I think he's debating whether or not he cares about this 4 damage. Okay. Get one more guy off the field. So he must have drawn that land. Can't block. So we can play this Custody Squire to get back Hyena Umbra. I think I would like to put that on my Thraben Inspector to make this a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to leave up the Standard Bearer to block. Yield. I think this guy's gonna get blocked, so maybe I should throw... Nah, I want him to be alive and I want to have more options. This is closer than I thought. I didn't consider Aura Gnarlid. Tangle. Yeah. Now I can even block that ledge walker. So I think he's kind of shut off from attacking. And I'll eventually be able to start attacking again. Or heck, I could even do it with just Squire. Probably just passes. What? Is this a trick? Nope, he just forgot. If I play this, Standard Bearer is lethal, but I die to Tangle. So I have to just attack with Custody Squire. That sucks. We'll get there, though. I'm just going to keep that in my hand. Just going to keep attacking with Custody Squire. I can't afford to get tangled out of the game. He's already shown us 2, and I'm not sure how many they run in their board. Okay, that doesn't really affect anything. Didn't cycle my Ash Barrens, but I don't think that matters at all. In fact, it's probably better. All right. So there's a play. I could Seal of Cleansing, Ethereal Armor, get it back with Auramancer, and put it on my Custody Squire, but that still has the same problem with Tangle. But I can sacrifice Seal of Cleansing to blow up an Abundant Growth, and then... Okay, so I think we just want to attack with Custody Squire. I'm just going to stay on that plan. Let's blow up this one. Answer that back. And then we have lethal next turn. It's kind of funny that, okay, here we go. So win that game. Think the board is perfect. I can't believe we won on so few cards. Was that a mold of 4? Jeez. That's the power of Standard Bearer against this deck. Well, looks like we're going back to 4. Gosh. So Ethereal Armor does help us race. Gosh. Oh, gosh. I think it's what we want. Can't just like yield through your turn or anything, bud. Okay. Draw Standard Bearer. Is he looking for a land? Nope. If he was, he found it. This is our one creature. We can't trade it. Clade Cover Scout. Don't have any red for that yet. I'm not being mana efficient here, but this at least means we can attack. Well, we would have had the same result with Angelic Renewal. This is bad. I think we're going to lose this game. Ah. So Electrickery just got shut off. We have to find like Seal of Cleansing, Mountain. Take another 4. Gonna do 5 next turn minimum. Something. It's something? I think I missed playing my Angelic Renewal last turn. Getting tilted. Get out of here, chat. Okay. So maybe this stabilizes us, depending on what happens. There's not another gut shot, which is good news. This could stabilize us depending on what is in his hand and what he draws. So Plains means that everything in his hand he already had. Probably just a 3-cost spell that's going to wreck me. Yeah, that wrecks me. Lose a game against Bogles, the better enchantment deck. All right, round 2. Can't get any keepable hands. Is this a joke? Okay. It's a creature, but I think a 3-mana 2/2 isn't what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and just play our tap land. Hopefully we can keep him off of just creatures until we can get stable. Probably going to be pretty tough. Well, looks like we drew on an Oromancer, even though I bottomed it. I do believe I bottomed it, though. Don't want to auto-yield. But Jukabog! Okay, so this doesn't look like any kind of Delver list. Unless it's... unless it's also running Gurmag Angler. It's kind of bad news, since they're probably going to be running, like, Trainer's Edict or something. Okay. So I can at least play my Hopeful Eidolon. If that dies, Oromancer will have something to bring back. Maybe he'll play like an Augur or a Seagate Oracle that I can bolt. I'm kind of actually hoping that he kills it. No, probably gonna wait for us to pants it up with something. Apparently we had 3 Oromancers on the top of our deck. So let's get in there. So I feel like this is going to be a value grind. I'm not sure whether playing Aromancer is the correct play, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Maybe I'll keep him off of being able to play like a Forbidden Alchemy and just like rushing out like a Gurmag Angler. But he's not going to interact with us quite yet. Yet, Doomblade. I'm happy that we have 3 lands at least on our double mulligan. Okay, there's a Chainer's Edict. And now he's leaving up some kind of counterspell thing. I'm gonna play this Angelic Renewal. Doesn't seem like he has counterspell. Five. Okay, at least it's obvious what I'm getting rid of. It's these 2 bolts. Spoiler. So we're in a bad spot now. Not bad. We do have kind of our loop thing going here. Let's go ahead and get back that Eidolon. So say yes to this, get back our Angelic Renewal. And he's off of black, so maybe we'll be able to play our Angelic Renewal again. Let's go for it. I don't think there's any risk. Okay. Finally see his counterspell. So we're edict proof now. Yeah, completely edict proof. Even if he plays 7, we're fine. It's a joke. Muldrifter. Okay. I can Seal of Fire that. Hopefully we'll draw an untapped land. Okay. So far so good. And I'm probably going to get a Squeeze Embrace even though we can't play it this turn. I don't think that... What's the card called? I don't think Hyena Umbra is going to help me at all, and Chomino's Blessing seems weak when he has so many edicts. So I'm going to go with Squeeze Embrace. Hopefully he doesn't make us discard it or anything. I don't want him to Ghostly Flicker us or nothing, so let's get rid of that so we can beat in. Not doing too shabby considering we're playing a pretty tough control deck. Although this Squeeze Embrace is... If it doesn't eat a counterspell... Like... I guess he could also just kill our creature. No? Evankar's Justice. So we'll just lose all of our creatures. And he buys it back, so might be screwed. We'll see. Okay. We can at least get the Embrace on the creature. He'll have to invest something, probably flashback a Chainer's Edict. Doomblade. I would flashback an Edict if I were him. So he must have something else he wants to do. This looks like an Angler. Yeah. Well, now we're in a really bad spot. Reveals a Moment of Craving. That might be enough to scoop. I'll just scoop. Yeah. Nothing we could have done there. So I'm going to bring in another Chomino's. I think these relics will do some work. Pyroblast is kind of iffy. I probably can take out all of my removal fairly safely. It's not really what the goal is here. So I'll just bring in Pyroblasts. I can see the logic behind bringing in a standard bearer. It kind of seems like this is what I want to do though. Standard bearer is an extra creature for edict effects, and then it means it's going to protect our creature that we enchant. So maybe it is what we want to do. 4 Pyroblasts is a lot. I think Hyena Umbra is going to be the least good spell. It's tough though. Hyena Umbra. I think it might protect our creature from dying, and I don't want to cut enchantments. We'll see what this does. Here we go. All right. This is a perfectly serviceable hand. I think I'll go with the Squeeze Embrace turn 2, as long as he doesn't disfigure us or anything, which he'll probably do in reaction to trying to enchant the creature. But it's better against like Chainer's Edict. Oh, look, he mulliganed. Okay. Just yelled. Blue. Okay, so he's not going to run Daze, so we're going to be able to get our Squeeze Embrace on our creature. Another 1-drop is really good. That means if we lose this guy, which I guess we will be getting it back regardless, it won't cost us too much to get going again. I would love another Plains. Okay. Is there any difference between these two? I'm going to cast the Thraben Inspector. I don't think we'll ever bestow this guy this game, but I might want the... Alright, so we got him to yield through his turn. That's good. Kind of scared to enchant this, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack. So I can pop the clue, play Hopeful Eidolon. I played the Eidolon first so that he might have not cast like a Prohibit or something. I'm looking for like another land. Or like an Angelic Renewal. Maybe an Aramancer. I think I'm going to have to get deeper into my deck before we can do anything. So he still has Disfigure mana up, and I know that this deck runs like 4 of them. So let's go for the least. Huh. I'm going to enchant this one. Okay, so he's giving us the go-ahead here. We could see double Edict. But you kind of just have to go for it sometimes. Ugh. Wish I would have yielded there quicker. Maybe I could have got him to do it again. Going for Augur of Bolos. Finds a Chainer's Edict. Think he has an island in his hand. Okay, so he elects not to go for the Edict. Maybe he's hoping that we go more in on that guy, on our 3-bit inspector, but I don't plan on doing that. I can Heliod's Pilgrim, but I think that I'm just going to make myself as edict-proof as I can. Maybe it is right to go for the Hyena Umbra on Hopeful Eidolon. No. I'm just going to keep going in on this Inspector. Now it can battle Angler if he decides to play it. Leaving a Pyroblast. Okay, get his creature. Definitely go for a Muldrifter if he... Alright, so we can deal with Angler. Maybe he'll try to play Agony Warp. That's... I would love that. So I'm gonna go for... Okay. I'm gonna go for... Ethereal Armor on one of my Hopeful Eidolons. This might trigger blue counterspell. I'm not ready to lose my spell yet. Got him. All right. I don't think I'm going to surprise him with Chomino's Blessing. It might be nice. Huh. What if I just didn't care about his yard and went for my own plan? I think these will be too tempting to keep on the field. I'm just going to do something proactive and good. That's definitely my role here. I think I can't give this up. I know how badly I've been mulliganing. All right, that's good. That's good. Double Swamp. So he can't interact with our Angelic Renewal if we play it. I'm going to go for a white. There's no reason to really go for red, and we end up almost always needing lots and lots of white. That's interesting. So instead of going for Angelic Renewal, I think I'm going to go for this Boros Garrison. No, then I'll have to discard. Lots of protection in our hand, but only one creature. I can't afford to really... Oh, what's this? Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of the Chomino's Blessing and maybe an Angelic Renewal. Oh, I'm so used to this just always being kicked. Okay. Ooh, we got a 2-drop. So do I want to throw down Standard Bearer or another Angelic Renewal? I'm going to go with Standard Bearer. That way he has to deal with it in some way. And it'll also protect my Heliod's Pilgrim. We don't have any 1-mana We don't have any 1 mana enchantments yet. That's an interesting question. I think I'm going to say yes. I do want to bring back Standard Bearer. It turns on any Automancers we draw, and it's just going to cause problems for him. We know he can't counter us. It sucks that this is a Boros garrison, kinda, since I can't leave a Pyroblast. I'm going to not play around Diabolic Edict or any other edict effects. I can always Chomino's Blessing in reaction. So now we're open to Edict. Let's go for black. One of the reasons there's not more Chomino's Blessings in the main is that so many of the removal spells that we have to protect from are red. And that will knock off our Squeeze Embrace. So we get our guy back to our hand. Gurmok Angler. Okay, so how do we want to play this? We can Angelic Renewal first. Let's do that. And then I think we're safe to play Heliod's Pilgrim for a turn. And I'm going for a Squeeze Embrace here. Really trying to grind. Ethereal Armor wouldn't be big, and Hyena Umbra would also be kind of small. So let's throw down our Standard Bearer. We can go for Squeeze Embrace with Pyroblast up. I'm going to let that pass. He got 3 lands. Probably going to be taking some hits from this Angler, although I don't think he's going to attack. I'm fine getting that. Nah, I can ignore that. Preordain. I'm more concerned about if I draw like a Custody Squire. I really want to be able to battle him. Oh, that makes Custody Squire a lot worse. Another Chainer's Edict. I'm actually going to get rid of this Heliod's Pilgrim since I can replay it and play another Chomino's Blessing. Not Chomino's Blessing, Squeeze Embrace. So I'm going to put, doesn't matter what order, I want to say no to the Angelic Renewal. And let's get back our Heliod's Pilgrim. It'd be dumb not to attack at this point. Yeah. Don't really care about red mana since we have another mountain. Always yes. Yelled. Let's go Squeeze Embrace. Throw that on our guy. Gotta find another enchantment. So he's tapping pretty hard for something there. Since I only have one red up, I would have, I could see myself, since I have 2 Pyroblasts, countering a Preordain. But if this is something like a Muldrifter, okay, that's better than a Muldrifter. So I think he's considering what card I could have in my hand. He could maybe lose his Angler. I'm not going to keep just like chumping it and pulling up Squeeze Embrace yet. Okay, this is why. 1, 2, 3. So unfortunately I don't have anything like Lifelink, because the card Lifelink has man on the card. I really wanted to play that card though. I'm gonna go for Ethereal Armor. 1, 2. So this will be +3/+3. I'm just considering if I could put it on like Standard Bearer. I can chump. I can also just take damage. Evankar's Justice is something I kind of am afraid of. So I might I think I will chump block this turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm considering whether or not I want to Angelic Renewal though. Okay, moment of truth. I think I do. Well, if I do have Squeeze Embrace in my yard, if I draw like an Auramancer or anything like that. I don't think the deck thinning is worth considering. gonna say yes. So now our standard bearer is gone. This is kind of what I was afraid of. So yeah, just like let loose all of his targeted spells. I'm getting blown out now. I can get Squeeze Embrace and Ethereal Armor since I have another Heliod's Pilgrim in my hand. So I can kind of rebuild what I had. But now it's a lot more fragile. That's a really bad draw. Let's just see if it works. Okay, it worked. Throw that out there. 2, 3. This way I'll have both a plains and a mountain up. I have to be at least trying to kill him. I think this is the turn I take 5. And if we can draw something like what's it called? Our bestow creature with lifelink, we're very much back in this. That sucks. So I'm out of Squeeze Embraces to go and get. Oh, it's effectively a Squeeze Embrace. Can't. Huh. This means I can get back Angelic Renewal though, which means I can kind of block forever. So if I Heliod's Pilgrim, that means I can't Pyroblast. And I really need to keep him off of stuff. He's gonna go get a black spell. So now he's going to have to pay out the nose for anything out of his yard. Or he's going to just top deck something amazing. I think it's all down to how well I can top deck at this point. Oh, that's very good. So let's throw down this Angelic Renewal. Sucks. Thinking about getting a Chomino's Blessing. Get in there for 3. I want to block before I try to play this Blessing, but I am going to play this Blessing. Blue, colorless, black. Forbidden Alchemy. So he's looking for his answer. Doomblade, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Angelic Renewal. So I can go for another Ethereal Armor, but it's probably better to get a Hyena Umbra at this point. It'll protect my creature from Doomblades and such. That's very good. I don't know exactly what I could draw, so I'm going to leave up 2 red. I would never need 2 red. Another 3-bit Inspector. Let's use up my whites. All right. Hyena Umbra or leave up Pyroblast? Regardless, I'm going to get in with these guys. I think the better play is probably to enchant a 3-bit Inspector with Hyena Umbra, just in case. Just in case of Evankar's Justice, but am I just dead to Evankar's Justice? If I enchant here, that gives him +2/+2, then he's a 4/5. So it's not like it's gonna make my guy... I think I just have to choose. Time is a factor here. I'm gonna do this 3-bit Inspector. Oh, come on. I'm going to block with the derpy 3-bit Inspector. Yeah, this is kind of what I thought he would do, is just start blocking. So that means I have to just start passing, and he's going to start using crap out of his graveyard. So he drew a disfigure. So many live draws, I feel like. Man, I have to pee so bad. I'm so far down on time, I can't just like run and do it. I'm gonna use my red up. No life gain lands, unfortunately. Let's see, what card? Okay, Echoing Decay. It's a beating. Augur. I bet you he could win the game just by timing me out because I have to pee so bad. You know, I'm just gonna do it. 40 seconds. Okay. Dead draws. He knows what's in our hand. No, he's bluffing. I could use the time. Another augur. I can use the duress. Finds a Chainer's Edict. So now, well, of course I'm going to get rid of a 3-bit Inspector. So use the Chainer's Edict. Gonna just kill our standard bearer. Letting us gain some life. I'm just gonna take this. It could be suicide, but you know, whatever. Now this puts us in a really bad spot where he can just Chainer's Edict us out of his yard. And we're forced to sack the guy on the left. Come on, throw me a bone, deck. Block. We're not dead yet. Amazing. There was hope for a minute. Now I don't know. Yep. Dang it, that was so close. We just drew like crap. Let's see what's on top. The card we needed. And another one. So it looks like all MTGO is going to let us see. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Here we go, round 3. Still have a hope. No 1-drop, but there's a creature and we have a tiny bit of stall. We don't have a 3rd land, so this hand definitely has problems, but maybe I'm just at the point where I'll accept anything with lands and spells. Radiant Fountain. So this could be a number of things. I'm not going to try to guess yet. Just going to go ahead with my normal plan. Fine, I'll guess it's Kuldotha Boros or Boros Monarch. Okay, let's drop our Seal of Fire and pass the turn. This is to confuse our opponent. Probably going to play a bounce land? Oh, those are some cool colors. No land. Gonna just keep going ahead with my Seal of Fire strategy. Probably gonna go on back up to 24. We could bring him back down to 20. It's a Phyrexian Rager. Land, land, land. Come on, land. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If he has Unearth or something, that's unfortunate. Okay, nothing. My patience is wearing thin, deck. Okay. I think he doesn't have a Monarch creature yet. He's gonna have to discard the hand size, Magma Spray. Alright, there's our land. We're not gonna have to discard, and our plan can actually work now. This is the Monarch creature, isn't it? Yep. So we have to deal with that. At least it's 3 toughness and not 4. So we can just bolt it. Let's go for it. And we're going to be able to throw down a creature. An unprotected creature, but a value one. Kills our guy. Really don't see much reason to, like, not just yield. Beetleback Chief. That's annoying. What is this? Gurmag Angler. So now I'm kind of hesitant to pop my Seal of Fire right now. I don't have to until the... Okay. So now that we can Seal of Fire Lightning Bolt to kill this. This Gurmag Angler. Oromancer back. The Seal of Fire. So let's do it. Yeah, he goes ahead and kills our creature. So now we're down to no creatures in hand. It's kind of a rough game. Had a lot of rough games. So Seal of Fire, cycle. We've kind of exhausted most of the red spells in our hand. I'm gonna get a plains. Let's get this Beetleback Chief. I'm fine taking 2. Another Beetleback Chief. That's bad. Jeez. Now we're locked. And he's still drawing cards. The chances that we're going to win this are just decreasing by the second. Well, we can at least kill like his other Beetleback Chief. I'm super afraid to put his Chittering Rat in his yard, but I think we're on the reduce as much damage as possible plan right now. If we draw Hopeful Eidolon and he has no kill spells and Santa Claus is real, we can still win this. Oh, there's no doubt he has burn. I'm just going to concede. Yeah, that creature wouldn't have done it. So the chances that he uses his graveyard are pretty high. I think it might have been a mistake to not play those relics, because he ended up getting so much value out of just flashing things back. That blue-black control game. Where do we make our cuts? Just 2. I'm going to say Hyena Umbra. And then I don't think Electrickery is worth the tokens. Cop Red doesn't seem good. Seal Cleansing, meh. And I don't think we're going up on creatures. We were going first, so maybe we could go for some kind of like all-in, I don't care about your creatures, I'm just going to go for a big one strategy. Chomino's Blessing does seem pretty good. Hopefully we'll just be able to battle anglers if we have to deal with them. Chomino's Blessing seems extra good since he has... Since he has Monarch, and I can maybe get through with it. Jeez. Rough. Rough. I want to be more aggressive than this hand can be. Whatever. I think I'm just going to lose. I'm just going to lose every game. It's tough winning when your deck is only made out of women, because your lands only tap for 78% of what your opponents would. I'm sorry, that's a stupid joke. wage gap joke. Leave your hate in the comments. Say how terrible I am. I might be popping this relic like ASAP. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, so we're making our way towards a pretty good custody square, actually. Since Custody Squire brings back Angelic Renewal, this is also a loop, much like Oromancer. Opponent AFK'd for just a minute there. I feel like it's crunch time. I've really got to draw an untapped land. And land. Got it. This isn't going to get anything back the first time around, but it's going to be very hard for him to remove. Okay. 4, 5. Angler. We can race that. Maybe. We can play a second Angelic Renewal, and Squeeze Embrace will also be able to bring back Custody Squire. I'm not going to be very excited about that, though. Fully expecting some kind of like Doomblade or something. So between Squeeze Embrace and Angelic Renewal, since I have 2 renewals out, I'm fine just letting the Squeeze Embrace go to the yard and getting it back with my other Custody Squire. Just to be more mana efficient. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to get back... I'm actually going to get back the Squeeze Embrace. Maybe he'll click on Angelic Renewal and we'll get both. The trick is you have to look over here in the chat for what I'm voting for. And if you've noticed, even if you mouse over what it says I'm voting for, it doesn't highlight what it is in the graveyard. No. And another benefit of using the renewal to keep my creature out is even if he wants to play Thorn of the Black Rose here, I'm just going to steal his Monarch. So it's very possible that here he's planning on killing whatever I try to enchant with Squeeze Embrace. So I'm just going to go for the Oromancer. And now we can kind of win a race just based on just blocking with Oromancer on top. Like, even though this isn't enchanted, we have a plan to win this race. Yes. So we saw that last game, how we just needed a creature a lot of the time, so maybe our standard bears would be good. It's hard to say bearer. It's not a standard bear. It's not even a 2/2. It's a standard bearer. Still think the Chomino's Blessing is good. Hyena Umbra. I think it could do work in small quantities like we have here. But as far as protecting our creatures, I'm going to say that Standard Bearer does a better job, and I'm going to be wanting more creatures. It protects from edicts better than Hyena Umbra does, and it looks like he's running a lot of those. So this hand is actually okay. I'm going to keep it. We can get pretty aggressive. If anything, I want him to kill my Thraben Inspector, so I'm going to play that first. And I'm going to play it a little bit safe before going in on a creature. Nah, that's probably stupid. Let's play Hopeful Eidolon. And then leave up this other white for our Ash Barrens. It looks like he was screwed. Yes, 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 yes. Took down a game. All right, round 4. Going first. This is a weird hand, but it's keepable. The Ash Barrens is going to come down. I'm going to bounce the Ash Barrens, cycle it. So I can actually go get a mountain and blow up his goblin cohort to minimize damage. Let's do it. I think damage is probably the most important thing. He's not going to be able to save it, so I want to see if he plays something else that I might want to kill. Like some hasty creature or something. Let's get this down. I forgot to tap it for a mana, so I'll just kind of fake like I have a burn spell or something. Bushwhacker. Ah. Yeah, I knew damage was going to be important. 3, 6, 9, 11. Gonna go get a white. If he has Fire Blast, he could completely blow us out this turn. So instead of getting a 3-bit Inspector out there, I'm just gonna play Auramancer and blow up another one of his guys and then block. Hoping is the wrong word. I'm hedging against Goblin Heel Cutter by leaving this Seal of Fire up right now. I'm going to block where it's free, and then I'll reduce the damage where I can. Burning Tree can attack without constraint. So I'll take 2. Bolts my face, and then Fire Blast. Bolts my face. Bolts my face. All right. So, Circle of Protection red. Electricity does surprisingly little against this deck. Chomino's Blessing is interesting. Let's see if I have room for it. What am I taking out? Hyena Umbra seems good. Probably not going to have room for the Chominos. Standard Bearer actually does seem very, very good. I'm going to take out the Chomino's Blessing. And I'm going to board in these Standard Bearers. I think I'm going to say Hyena Umbra. Well, it doesn't really matter how big our creature is as long as it can block. So maybe Ethereal Armor is the worst card. No, it's Custody Squire. It's way too slow. Yeah, this is my plan. I can keep this. Hopeful Eidolon can do some work. I'm not too concerned about losing it. So I can play Hopeful Eidolon turn 1. And then turn 2, I'm probably just going to play Windscarred Crag unless I draw something good, so that Auramancer can bring back my Hopeful Eidolon again. I drew something good. I still think we're on plan for the for the Auramancer thing I was saying. I'm playing this instead of my Boros Garrison. I'm hoping to pick up my Windscarred Crag eventually with my Boros Garrison. Valley Dasher, that's 2 damage. Let's go with the plains. Yes. Okay, Foundry Street Denizen. You know, I really don't want to block here. I really, really, really don't want to block here. I'm going to try to go for this Angelic Renewal plan. See if I get a bolt or something out of him here. Okay, Hopeful Eidolon. Let's give it first strike. So he'll be forced to attack with at least 1 creature. I'm not going to attack with the Auramancer. He's plenty of lands. If I were him, I would totally Fire Blast this Eidolon if I could. Mud Brawler Cohort. Let's gain some life. Eat his creature. Even if I attack with the Hopeful Eidolon, oh, that's good. That's good. So now he can't even like bolt. I'm gonna be greedy and I'm gonna hold on to this Hopeful Eidolon. You know, I'm hopeful. All right, there we go. Very good. Seems like a good plan now. The Standard Bearer felt great. The Custody Squire, I'm never even getting there. I wish I could make room for Chomano's Blessing, though. Even a 1-of with Heliod's Pilgrim would do some stuff. Don't think I can, though. Oh, this hand. I'm going to keep it. I can play Thraben Inspector first and then throw a Hyena Umbra or something on it. I don't want to run out the Hopeful Eidolon. Okay. So he didn't have the complete nuts. Draw me a land. That's not a land. So we can start blocking this way. If he has an instant speed burn spell, he can blow us out by like having us block burning our creature. We lose the Hyena Umbra. And then he eats our guy. Okay. I'm going to be able to eat one of his guys. Why didn't he attack with the... That's weird. Does he think he's going to trade? Wow. So he's down to 1 card, 0 lands. I'm not going to trade here. It's completely possible that I can just stabilize by playing a Squeeze Embrace. Do I attack? No, because then I can lose my creature to him double blocking. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Oh, I should have played the Seal of Fire pre-combat for another damage. Whoops. I'll do that next turn. I'll Lightning Bolt this turn. Bolt the Burning Tree. Just take 5. And we're racing. I kind of want to get him off of as many creatures as possible, but I also want to just make my creature giant. I think we saw that we lose games where they just chump block continually. So let's not try to pump our creature up too big. Thraben Inspector means that we can block his Foundry Street Denizen. Not afraid of Jackal Familiar. I'm going to block here. And then I'm going to Seal of Fire his other guy. Take down our second game. We're now 2-2. Beat Red Deck wins. What a game. Round 5. Let's try to win this so that we can profit off of this queue. This seems bad. I'll keep it. I have 1-drops to assemble something. I think he's going to Searing Blaze this. Playing against Burn. I think our matchup against Burn is good enough that I'm hopeful. Like an Eidolon. Alright, does he not have another land? Because I want him to not have another land. Please don't have another land. Please. Yes. Yes. So I'm going to go with Hyena Umbra so that it becomes safer and safer for us to invest in this creature. Ethereal Armor would be bigger pluses, but I think the safety... He's not doing anything super quick, and now he's going to have to use a lot of resources to stop the Eidolon. He found his second land, which is a Forgotten Cave. Ooh. Ooh. The mountain doesn't help us immediately. But it will in the future. Okay. So we eat a burn spell, and then we're going to hit him to make up for another burn spell. Seal of Fire can take care of that. Not that I'm actually afraid of it, since we're gaining so much life now. I would rather have the pluses on my guy, in fact. Take down game one. So I'm going to say that Custody Squire is still too slow, and Standard Bearer is going to be good here. This card is just an all-star in this sideboard. It just keeps coming in. I think we want all of our burn. And then Protection Red is good. Do we want all of our burn? I think taking out a Seal of Fire is very safe. Maybe it's not. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to take out a Chomina's Blessing. It could possibly save a creature, but I think it's too clunky. I can just outvalue them if I'm trying to do creature stuff. They don't point that much stuff at our guys. And if they do, we're kind of winning. I gotta keep it. I'm not happy about it, though. Let's top deck like a white source or something. Exile's Rift Bolt. Holy crap, we top decked a white source. So if we turn 1 Plains, play Eidolon, turn 2 Boros Garrison, we can turn 3 play Auramancer, get back Eidolon. That doesn't leave us time to bolt any of his like spell power guys. But it forces him to deal with our Eidolon. I think he's just going to Rift Bolt it. No! So he must have a Searing Blaze. Otherwise you just go for the... Oh, he needed it to trigger this needle drop. I bet you that's what it was. Okay. Plays Chain Lightning. Let's play a 3-bit Inspector with our 1. Man, top decking that Plains was just so good. Let's get this back. Let's get that Eidolon. And I fully plan on playing Ash Barrens just as an untapped land. And then bestowing this Eidolon. That way he has to kill the creature, and then Eidolon pops out as a guy. Standard Bearer. If you played a guy, I might have just lightning bolted and done something else. Like lightning bolt, standard bearer, something. Standard bearer just makes it so safe to play this guy. We can always get back Ash Barrens with our bounce land. So I'm going to go for Standard Bearer so that I can enchant Artimancer with Squeeze Embrace. He's going for our face here. I would say that's a mistake. What do I know? Our guy's just going to be Voltroned out. He has to kill the Standard Bearer now. He has 1 card in hand. This is feeling really good. Rift Bolt kills the Bearer. And this is a 4/4 now. Just Lava Spike. He would have to do a Fire Blast on our guy now to kill him. We get him back, and we get this Eidolon, and he's down to 1 land. And he has to do it. I'm going to run out this other 3-bit Inspector and attack. So there's no single card off the top of his library that kills us. Three. I'm just gonna attack. I don't want to get blown out by being greedy by going and getting Squeeze Embrace to put it on Hopeful Eidolon. I can't see a scenario where we die from 8. my gosh, I think we did it. Yes! Oh, we went positive with the women deck. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, so this deck is so much fun to play. If you're thinking about it, I would say sleeve this up. Like, even the matches where we lost, we put up a great fight. Has great card advantage, and it's trying to do something pretty good with just assembling a big creature. If it needs more creatures, I might say go for Sanctuary Cat or something. And maybe I'm going to up the number of standard bearers in the sideboard. Yeah, this is just so much fun to play. I'm not even sure if we need Circle of Protection Red. It's a lot of mana to keep using, and if we just put in more standard bearers, I see those coming in all the time. Just, it's an extra creature to put stuff on, and it just protects everything in like this really great way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just gonna update the record real quick here. I love this deck. Highly recommend it. Like and subscribe. I have a podcast that I'm doing with my good friend Brandon Clark. It's Common Knowledge. If you want to look it up, it's on the Constructed Criticism Network. See you guys when I see ya.